Hello my dear students, welcome to the class of 11th English Medium. The subject is Statistics, Chapter 3, Measures of Central Tendency, brought to you by Vitan sir. In my last tutorial, I explained the sums or the last two illustrations based on the quartile, deciles and percentiles. Let us start with exercise 3.4. Question number 1. Find all quartiles for the data given below from the marks scored by 15 students in class test. The marks are 8770, 86702465548937. Now, as we know that whenever a raw data is given, we have to convert that raw data into frequency distribution. But right now, I'm not going to convert it into a frequency distribution. It will be a very lengthy process. Rather than that, I'm directly going to use the methods of quartile, decile, and percentile used for the raw data. But for that, we need to arrange our raw data into an ascending order. So the ascending order for that will be 0, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so these are the 15 observations. That means my value of n here is 15. I have to find all the quartiles. Now there are three quartiles in our data, Q1, Q2 and Q3. So let's start with the first quartile, that is Q1. Now our method is that the value of n plus 1 upon fourth observation. Now n is 15, so just add 1 into 15, 15 plus 1 upon 4, and your answer here 15 plus 1 upon 4 will be 16 upon 4, which will be fourth observation. Now the fourth observation here, as you can see from the question, 0, 2, 3 and 4. The fourth observation is 4 marks. That it is that simple. Okay, so the first quartile here is 4 marks. Let's start with the second quartile, which would be the value of 2 into n plus 1 upon 4 observations. By the number of quartiles, we multiply our n plus 1 value. So next would be 2 into 15 plus 1 upon 4. 15 plus 1 is 16, 2s are 32 upon 4 will be the 8th observation. Now from the data you can see that 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6 will be the 8th observation. So our answer will be 6 marks. Next we have to calculate the third quartile, that is Q3, which would be the value of 3 into n plus 1 upon fourth observation. So when you put the value in there, 3 into 15 plus 1 upon fourth observation, your answer here will be the 12th observation. And when you calculate the 12th number of observation from the given data, your answer here will be 7 marks. So the first three quartiles are 4, 6 and 7 marks from the given data. Let us move on to the second question. Now I just see here that this one is going to be a big question. Second question, the following table shows data about distance traveled in kilometers by a salesman on different days. Find median, Q3, D8 and P62 and interpret them. That means we have to calculate 4 measures here for the data given in a table, which is distance traveled and number of days. So 0 to 100, 100 to 200, this is an exclusive continuous frequency distribution which we have here. For that we will be required to calculate classes for each and every given data and then use the respective formulas for that. Starting with calculation of CF, that is 5 plus 1823 plus 2447 plus 752 plus 557 plus 158. Moving on to the first thing, that is the median class. Now because this is a continuous frequency distribution, we will take just n and it's a median, so divide by 2. So n is 58, so 58 divided by 2 will be 29th observation. Now from the cumulative frequency you can see the 29th observation lies in the CF47 and CF47 belongs to the class of 200 to 300. So 29th observation lies in the class 200 to 300. Now we need to write down the measurements which we are going to use in the formula here. That is L, lower limit 0.200, the frequency of the class 24, the cumulative frequency before our class is 23, and the class length of our class is 100. We will put all of these things into our formula of median, L plus n upon 2 minus Cf upon f into C. So when we put the values 200 plus 29 minus 3 upon 24 into 100, 29 minus 3 is 6, so 6 upon 24 into 100 will be 200 plus 25, that would be 225 kilometers. So when I interpreted, the median distance traveled by a salesman is 225 kilometers. Moving on to the second part of this question, that is third quartile. For the sake of the reference, I am going to write down each and every data once again. You don't have to do that, you just need to write it once. But because I am changing the slides here, so for the sake of reference, I am going to write it down once again. Now we have to start with the third quartile class. So third quartile would be class of 3n upon 4th observation. Now n is 58, so 3 into 58 upon 4, which would give us 174 upon 4th observation, meaning we will get class of 43.5th observation. Now when class of 43.5th observation falls under CA47, that means the class is 200 to 300. Now just like the previous median, we will have the same measurements here, and we will put it into our Q3 formula of L plus 3n upon 4 minus Cf upon f into C. So Q3 will be 200 plus 43.5 minus 23 upon 24 into 100. When we solve this, we get 200 plus 20.5 upon 24 into 100, and that would be 200 plus 85.42. So your answer will be 285.42 kilometers, and your statement will be the maximum distance is 285.42 kilometers in 75% days with least distance. Okay, so we are talking about third quartile here. So third quartile depicts 75% of the observations. So 285.42 is the maximum distance among the 75% days with the least distance traveled. Next measure we are supposed to calculate is 8th decile class. So 8th decile, D8, we have to calculate. So it would be 8n upon 10, because it's a decile, it's divided by 10. 8n upon 10th observation, that would be 8 into 58 upon 10th observation. When we multiply it, we get 464 upon 10th observation, meaning our answer will be 46.4th observation. Now 46.4th observation again goes into the CF47, that means the class will be 200 to 300. That means our L will be 200 and F24, CF23, and class length 100, just like the previous sums. We will put it into the D8 formula of L plus 18 upon 10 minus CF upon F into C, which would be 200 plus 46.4 minus 23 upon 24 into 100, and 200 plus 23.4 upon 24 into 100, which would get us 200 plus 97.5, and the answer will be 297.5 kilometers. So because it is 8th decile, it is above 80% of the observation. So the maximum distance is 297.5 kilometers in 80% days with least distance. Because it is D8, it shows the 80% days. Moving on towards the last question of the data, the second question given to us, that is 62nd percentile, that is P62. So it would be 62 n upon 100, because it's a percentile, it is divided by 100, it is 62nd percentile, so multiplied by 62. So when you multiply 62 with 58 upon 100, you get 3596 upon 100, and you simplify it, it is 35.96th observation. It again falls under the same thing, that is the CF47, and according to that your class will be 200 to 300. So lower limit 0.200, frequency 24, CF23, and class length 100. Your formula will be P62 L plus 62 n upon 100 minus CF upon F into C. That would be 200 plus 35.96 minus 23 upon 24 into 100, meaning 200 plus 12.96 upon 24 into 100, and the solution will be 200 plus 54, meaning 254 kilometers. P62 will be 254 kilometers. It is 62, so 62 percentages. The maximum distance is 254 kilometers and 62 percentage with the least distance traveled. Okay, my dear students. So I'm only going to discuss two questions in this tutorial. They were just two questions, but they were a bit heavy. The third question I am leaving to you guys for the solution, because it's a bit easier one, and I hope you guys can solve it on your own. Next time I will be completing this exercise with the question 4, 5 and 6. So the third question of this exercise is homework for you guys. Let me know whether you can do it or not. If you have any doubts, you can always contact me. Welcome students to Vitan Sir's Unacount Academy. That's better way to success for you. I am Vitan Vora and I teach accountancy, statistics and social science. You can contact me on my cell number 919426310184. Please give a sub to my channel and also check out my other video playlist which you can see on the screen. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.